Ananisaw Court, and this is Second Step Adventures. This is the pilot episode. I've obviously got no script. I just came out here into the desert and decided to explain what this series will be. In my recovery journey, I, for many years, tried and failed to get and stay sober. The reason for that was because I did not have a God, higher power, a spiritual program that I could trust. I was raised with fire and brimstone, and not as bad as some, but still bad enough to leave me with the impression that God is an angry, punishing God, and anything you do wrong, you will be punished for it. In some cases, torture for all eternity. And after 3 decades of trying and failing to work a spiritual program that requires that you find a higher power that you can use to help you stay sober, it finally occurred to me that maybe the God that I grew up with wasn't working for me. As you can tell, I have adopted Native American spirituality, and should I make a video here too? As you can tell, I've adopted a lot of Native American spirituality into my program. I still have a lot of the Christian beliefs that I grew up with, but it took a long time for me to reincorporate those. Along the way, I studied lots of different religions and philosophies. Read a lot of Sufi poets and looked into Sufism, Hindu, Vedic texts, a lot of Buddhism, and the middle road, and all the philosophies that are entailed within the Buddhist ideas. I looked into Judaism and Islam, and what I found was that the Native American beliefs resonated with me most. They were the most gentle, and they already fit with what I had grown up with. Native beliefs are very strong. That is why I'm facing east to talk about the second step. The second step in the anonymous programs is came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 2 things there. Power greater than ourselves. I hear lots of people say a doorknob can be your higher power. If a doorknob is more powerful than you, you have more problems than just drugs and alcohol. So the other thing is that coming to believe entails coming to trust. So we're here facing east because the east is the beginning, and that's what this second step is it's the beginning of a new life. It's the beginning of you starting your journey towards something spiritual and something that can help you where everything else has failed. This has to be something that you trust completely, because the next step is made the decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. Now that's the key part here, and it plays into this second step quite a bit. The as we understood Him. Because I did not have any success with the Judeo-Christian God that I was taught, um, I needed to come up with something that would work for me. So I now I started with love. Love is where I started. I just said, scratch everything. What is the one thing that is strong enough that it transcends time, distance, even death? And love is that thing. And we've all heard it said, God is love. So that at the beginning was my higher power, was love. So I went from there. That was where I started. And I just kind of added on from there. I had a mentor who told me to write down everything that I wanted to be aspects and attributes of my higher power. And, of course, loving, caring, all powerful, all knowing, has my best interest at heart, is not punishing, is not angry. It's very forgiving, because I mess up a lot. I need that extra forgiveness. Now, we are told, on the one hand, or I was told on the one hand, that God does all these things to forgive us, but then also, if you don't adhere, you burn in hell for all eternity. And I couldn't reconcile those two things. It was too difficult for me to put those two things together and make it work for me. I didn't understand how that could be. So I started looking into. I had a very good friend on this journey with me who was from Quapaw Nation, and he started telling me, some of his beliefs, and that I was like, yeah, that sounds about right, So I incorporated all those things. I'm not going to go into it too deep today, because this is going to be a whole series, and we're going to be exploring all kinds of things, and I would rather have experts talk about the different aspects of these philosophies and religions than just me. So, but the cool thing is we get to choose our own. We get to choose what we want to be our higher power, to walk with us through this. Something that loves us, has our best interests at heart, knows the future, and can lead us there, and doesn't ever give up on us. Those were very important to me. So now I just pray to either Creator, and I also pray to Jesus. I do, but I don't call him Jesus. I will say that. I refer to the Savior, the Messiah, as Yeshua. Yeshua, that is the Hebrew name. I think most accurate would probably be Isho, which is the Aramaic version of that. Jesus is an anglicized version of a Latin translation of a Greek translation. It's too many translations, and if the name is that important, as it says, in their book, then I figure out how to use the right name. So there's that. But in this series, we're going to go around and talk to different religious leaders, spiritual minds, philosophical, greats, and the everyday layman, and just get their thoughts, see what works for them. And this is all to help you, the viewer, on your journey to finding what works for you. I was blessed that I lived in a sober community for almost 2.5 years, and I had plenty of time to explore without having to worry about life or job or any of that. Not everyone has that, so this is kind of a shortcut where you get all the knowledge without having to go out and do all the research. So that's what we got. That's what I'm here for. And that's going to be Second Step Adventures. That guy won't retract.
Oh no. Say it ain't so. Fuel tank's in the way. That ain't happening at all. That's it. Success. The last barrier.
Morning, everybody. Well, we made it. We made it home. Thanks for traveling with me that whole grueling 1,800-mile round trip. Got the bus home, got it parked, and I had a good 20 hours sleep. I spent most of the afternoon yesterday after I woke up doing a little bit of planning and mostly transferring video from the whole trip onto hard drive. Today I am heading out to the bus, gonna do some inspection, but on the way out there I'm gonna stop at good old Harbor Freight, and I'm going to buy a good amount of gear. Buy all the stuff I need to pull the seats, prep the floors, take off the panels, take out the wheelchair lift. Yeah, we're going to do just about all of it. But most importantly, the number one priority for today is to create some kind of shade and cooling in a space that's less than 100 million degrees, because it's going to be 110 degrees. I need to get a tarp to create shade on the west side of the bus, and I need to get a little window AC unit so that I can at least cool the interior of the bus while I'm working inside. That's the plan for this morning. I'm going to do that. Y'all get settled in, because we're about to start with bus demolition. Day one. Here we go.
What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna film the intro. I'm over here in my little tent, production tent. I'm gonna pop a battery here, and the old drone have us a fancy intro.
So I thought that now would be a good time to get out the drone and do an intro. Unfortunately, the Pocket 3 camera did not record the audio. So I said, hey everybody, here's the bus. Or something to that effect. And this was actually just a practice run. Everywhere that it fades between, I was setting checkpoints so that the drone would automatically fly around the bus and then move in toward me so that I could give my intro here that this week we're tearing out the seats and getting everything ready, and etc., etc. And then I hit play, and the drone went out, and it started just as it was supposed to. It was flying kind of slow. I wanted it to be a little more dramatic and faster, but kind of did its own thing because I'm still learning how to use it. And then here it sensed the wire below it, and to avoid it, raised up. And here's where it gets a little wonky because I forgot to set a waypoint when it went down. So just kind of hangs out here. This is where I would have been talking. And then it's moving over to start the bus and power lines. No! Crash. And then the rest of the afternoon I spent walking back because I couldn't climb back over the fence. You'll be able to see me come into the frame here, kind of in the top right. There's a gate there, but it's wrapped in barbed wire.
Well, good morning, good morning. It is day 3 of demolition. I haven't gotten anything demolished. So far, the time has been spent creating shade. Yesterday, I started to build the windowsill for the air conditioner to fit on. And when I needed to stop and go get parts, I decided it would be a good time to fly the drone, which turned out to be not so great of an idea. Here's some footage of that. Yeah, so that gate between me and the crashed drone was locked and wrapped in barbed wire. So I could get over it, but I could not. I could get over it to get the drone, but I could not get back in. And I ended up having to walk 2 miles in 108 degrees with no water to get back to the bus. And by that point, I was so overheated, I was about to throw up and pass out, so I had to call it a day. And then I had to go to work. It's time to get busy. It's time to go to work. I do have one stop. I am going to go and stop at Walmart and buy some, 8-foot USB-C cords so that I can plug all my cameras in so that they will all be running all day long. And I don't have to worry about batteries. It would be nice if I had some more DJI batteries for each one of my devices, but I do not. And they are rather pricey, and I need to save all my money for my bus. And while I am using almost exclusively DJI equipment, I do not have any kind of deal with them. DJI, if you're watching, maybe we can work on that. Hint, hint. We'll see what's up. Anyway. I'm going to run to Walmart, buy some USB-C cables, and then we're going to work. Well, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is I have one seat pulled out. The bad news is that guy won't retract. It's got a little leak in it, and apparently there's not enough fluid for the thing to retract itself. Apparently, I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. I can't even get it to manually pull back in. So, as I said earlier, I jinxed myself. Inevitably, I'm gonna have to go get something. This is it. I'm gonna have to go get hydraulic fluid and hope that fixes the damn thing, and then not use it again until I take it out. Probably ought not show this until after somebody buys it. No, I'll have to disclose that it's got a leak and let them deal with it. Oh man, what a pain in the ass. Well, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Here we go. So I finally got the lift working, got the door shut, got the tarp out. This AC is actually up and blowing. Oh, pretty cold too. My issue. The board. They have a slot wide enough for this window to fit up in it. So I'm gonna have to use the circular saw and just rip. Man, it is just an eighth of an inch too short. Shit, time's up. That's it for today, folks. It's time to clean up and go to work. All right, well, it's day 4. Demolition. So, it is now 6:17. That gives me 6 hours, 43 minutes before I gotta cut it. Head back here. I'm hoping to get at least half the seats done. Alright, so here's the deal. In order to get these seats out, I gotta climb under the bus and hit those bolts from underneath. But they've also got to be held from up top. Got these vice grips down here that are supposed to be hold the bolts on top while I hit the nuts with the impact from the bottom. So we're gonna see how this works. See if it works as well in practice as it has in my mind. Oh no. Say it ain't so. Well, for one thing, this creeper don't work worth a fuck. And it looks like the damn fuel tank's in the way. Shit. You gotta be shitting me. The seat bolts are up there. The gas tank is in the way. Damn it. Well, that's an unexpected friggin' problem. Damn. You know what that means? It means I gotta cut these things off. That's gonna be such a pain in the ass. That's so cool. Oh, there's another one. There's two of them sitting up there. Alright, let's see if this multi-tool that I was told that would be indispensable works on these here bolts. Yeah, that shit ain't happening. That ain't happening at all. Alright, we're gonna switch gears. I'm gonna fix this AC. Went swapped out routers. It is now time to start fixing that windowsill. We're gonna make this work today. AC's in. Blowing pretty cold. It's actually tolerable in here. I'm not sweating anymore. I'll shut off the engine and see if this little thing can manage by itself. I'm gonna try to grind this thing off.
All right, that's 3. Have a look now. Three more seats and a barrier on this side. So we got 7 seats total, and now I know what I'm doing. What time we got? It's only 1 o'clock. I still got 30 minutes. Okay, so now just gonna go through and unbolt all these this last 20 minutes that I got before I need to shut her down. Huh. This is the last seat on this side. Then I got to do something with that tarp and go. Damn it. Well, made some really good progress today. I'm very happy. Feel like we did a lot of good work. So now, gotta see if I can get this tarp off. I can get the tarp off of the roof with that 250-pound and 150-pound pull magnets. The 95-pound ones are hard as hell to pull off. I don't know how the wind just pops them right off like that. Nature is powerful. Anyway, this is it for today. I'm gonna stop and get a shop vac on the way home. And we'll get back to it tomorrow. All right.
Well, it is now Friday morning.
it is day 5 of demo and also the last day of this episode. Since I'm going to be uploading everything on Sundays, Saturday will be editing day, so today is the last day of work. My goal today is to get those seats out. Hopefully I can do that. I did oversleep a little bit. All this heat and work after working on the bus has caught up with me, and need a little couple extra hours of sleep until I'm still waking up with the deep frog voice. Yeah, so the plan is no interruptions as best as possible, and just pull the rest of the seats out this morning, or this today. I've got until 3 o'clock, and it is 7:20, so it'll be 8 o'clock by the time I get to the bus. That gives me 7 hours. So that's the plan for today. Here we go.
Ooh, pretty warm already. All right. Time to get the camera set up and get moving. You hear that, mini split? Or other RV air conditioning companies, if you like to sponsor me and provide me with an AC unit, that would be great. That would be wonderful. All right, here we go.
One more bolt. That's it. Success. Damn it. That's it. Success. The last barrier. And we'll have a clear floor to start with my Sunday. You get to start pulling up screws. Pulling up screws, pulling up the floor. So that's it. We made it. Demo week 1. Seats out. It was a hell of a journey. And the bus fought. And the wind fought. We definitely had some stuff happen this week. From the AC not wanting to go in to the lift not working right. Tank being in the way of the bolts underneath, I thought that was going to be a breeze. Turned out to be not so easy. I probably could have got under and done this side, but when it takes an hour to pull out 8 seats, 5 seats, why bother jumping, climbing in and out of the bus all day? Just stay on top and cut them off. Much easier. So next week we start all these screws. Just zipping up screws all day long. Oh, good. The roof is even screwed in. It's not riveted like some. Haha, that's so much better. That is a relief. That means, shoot, I might be able to get, well, depending on the floor, and that's going to take a bit. That's going to take a bit of doing. But shoot, just pulling out screws and pulling the walls and the ceiling down with just screws, that'll be so much easier than rivets, what I thought I was going to have to do. That's why I bought so many cutoff wheels. I was going to have to cut rivets all day long. So my plan for next week, for the tarp anyway, I'm going to grab me another 250 and a 150 magnet, and I'm going to use those to attach the tarp to the bus. And then all the 95s, I'm going to use those and stick the other end of the tarp to my car, because it is hot as hell when I get out there at the end of the day. Magnet to the bus, magnet to the car, everything stays cool and shady, hopefully. I hope I don't mess up my paint or break a window. So, translate this a little bit and throw a little recovery spin on it. Things are gonna come up in your life and in your recovery, and you can't just let that derail you. You really need to be able to find another solution. It's all about solutions. Don't get stuck in the problem. Problems are gonna come no matter what. The thing about it is what are you going to do about it? And finding a solution, staying in the solution. That's one of the most useful things that I've ever been taught in recovery is stay in the solution. Yeah, that happened. Now what? What are you going to do? How are you going to get around it? So whatever life throws at you, just remember, there is a solution, and that old cliche, where there's a will, there's a way, is true. Like when you really are set on accomplishing a goal, you do what you got to do. Do what you got to do to get in there and get it done. And yeah, I've had to do that many times in my recovery. Stuff comes up. Things happen. Relationships end, jobs go away, you get fired, quit, people die, things don't go your way. What are you gonna do? Can't go back. No matter what. Be part of the no matter what club. No matter what, stay in your recovery. Do not go back. So that's my words of wisdom for this episode. So, if you haven't already, smash that like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think. Tell me if you got questions about recovery, ask those. I'll try to get to them in the next episode. And until then, may whoever you pray to be with you. And I'll see you next week.